Dear friends, I am Jeshua, a brother and kindred spirit. I call on you to believe in who you are and in what you bring to earth at this time. There is a fire within you, a calling, an inspiration. You are called in a certain way, but that call does not come from outside you. That fire, that inspiration, comes from inside you. There is, or there can be, a collaboration between you as an earthly personality and a greater or higher energy that supports you, that guides you on your way. Much is possible if you rely on that all-encompassing, higher universal energy that wants to penetrate, in this day and age, into the collective thinking of humanity. The collective thought processes find themselves in a cul-de-sac. Its limitations are becoming more and more visible, and in many areas there is a crisis. It is apparent in environmental disasters, climate, poverty, wars, and political struggle. But beneath those crises lies the cause of all this, a crisis in the human being. The greater this crisis becomes, and the more humanity collectively runs into walls, then, paradoxically, the more an opening is created to other possibilities. There is a loving universal energy present in and around the field of the earth. It wants to flow in, but that flow does not happen in some magical way, but in and through the individual person, especially through their hearts. When one's heart is open and awakened, then the door is open to receive this power of love that transcends the earthly person. As soon as that love flows in and through humans, miracles can arise in the sense of special, unexpected events and effects. You cannot understand this with your mind. The crucial step happens through trusting with your heart, through rising above yourself. I would like to invite you to first connect with your solar plexus, the area around your stomach. There, you might say, is the seat of your earthly personality and your personal will. You need your will to function here on earth, to act. However, this center is often overshadowed by overthinking, influenced, as that is, by fear, survival patterns, and restrictive views from society and cultural traditions. Focus on that center in your solar plexus and allow your breath to flow there. Imagine that this center is being engulfed by clear running water. Feel the stress that is there loosening, flowing and draining away because of that water. Imagine that you can swim and float on that water, that you can let go of the many ideas and thoughts in your head and just float for a moment on that clear, gentle, healing water. Feel that there is now peace in your solar plexus. You are now floating on that water. Above you, you see the sun shining on you, a source of light that wants to tell you something. Through those rays of sunlight, something wants to come to you, a message that can present itself as a feeling or as an invitation. Feel those rays of sunlight on you as you quietly float and absorb those rays into your body's cells. See how the sunlight is reflected and multiplied by the water. That sun is your heart. The light that comes from your heart center shines on your solar plexus. The more calm you feel as you lie there in the water, the easier it is for the sunlight to penetrate into you and to warm the water. What message does this sunlight bring to you? What kind of feeling does it evoke in you? What I am really asking of you with this question is to let go of control a little more. The solar plexus is the source, at least in your world, of the energy of control, of wanting to control things, of giving direction, of moving toward a goal. This energy has a function and can be useful, only if its goal results from a greater consciousness that comes from your heart. Your heart knows what your goal is, what the purpose of your soul here is on earth, and it is not the short-term goals of this world or that of your upbringing. You do not really need to know your overarching life goal with your mind, but you can feel it with your heart, which is why I am asking you to take in this sunlight and feel what it wants to tell you at this point in your life. If you really feel what is in that light, it will often mean that you can trust, that you can let go, that you can go along on the flow of love and gentleness that wants to flow into the earth and certainly through your heart. In general, the earth, or rather humanity, is in a state of consciousness that has been turned away from the soul, away from the rhythms and laws of the soul. You do a lot, and you think a lot, and in many of you the solar plexus, the third chakra, is therefore overloaded with too much to do. What matters is the connection between heart and solar plexus, actually between within and without, between inner knowing and outer manifestation. The more you dare to surrender to the energy of your heart, even though unimaginable things happen which you cannot grasp with your mind, the more you end up in a stream that magically affects you, because then you effortlessly attract what is needed and appropriate in your life at that moment.
The magic lies in your confidence to really dare and trust yourself to this higher flow that is very real and tangible and very realistic. To illustrate, I would like you to think of something or someone with whom you are struggling or have a problem. For example, you can choose a specific person from whom you feel energetically that there is much going on between you. Or it can be a work situation or a living situation, something that concerns you and that you think about often. Imagine that you see that problem, that situation, or that person in front of you, but now as a bundle of energy. Look at the energy of that person or situation and sense your feelings about it. What is the predominant feeling in you? Then see if this feeling is in accordance with reality, and do this by consulting your soul. Go with your attention and center yourself in your heart and become calm. When you do this, you are taking a step backward, as it were, by looking at this problem and the energy that affects you from a greater distance, and then seeing what the solution is for you. What is the right course of action for you that makes the energy freer and more accessible? Do not think about how the other person can get better or how the situation outside you can get better. No, focus on yourself and on what you can do to elevate the whole situation with its exchange of energy to make it freer so that everything flows more smoothly. Summon your soul and feel how powerful you are. When you are anchored in the higher consciousness inside yourself, you are no longer dependent on the world outside you, on all its rules and laws and the people outside you. You are anchored in another stream, a universal stream, that is ultimately much more powerful than all the material societal laws on earth. Be your own light. I salute you all from the bottom of my heart. I am connected to this world. I am connected to you. I am one with you.